Leo, good morning. Welcome to this general sun, moon, rising reading. Let's see what we have for you. A little bit of relationships, who you're dealing with, their intentions, their feelings, etc. A little bit of work, a little bit of finances. Let's try and cover this for you. What is going on with you? What is going on with you? In relationships, oh, maybe you're dealing with a Sagittarius or another, not necessarily a Sagittarius, but somebody of that energy, somebody who is kind of well balanced. They're using a lot of self-restraint. They're limiting their life in a lot of ways at the moment. They're trying to make trying to get balance with something. They're trying to come to a decision. This is more an intuitive spiritual decision for this person. What I am getting is they're in a situation, they could be married or in a long-term connection or in a long-term contract of some kind. And it's like at the moment, they feel they can't pay you, 100% attention. They've got other things going on. As I say, this person may come across as blowing hot and cold to you, but they've got some kind of mental block going on. And I'm not saying, okay, to you cross watchers, I'm not saying you're crazy. It's just like in your mind, you're putting limitations on yourself, okay? And you're limiting the extent of this relationship because of your circumstances, perhaps because of finances as well. But there is this kind of limitation. The person, you're trying to walk away from something here, okay? You're trying to detach. It's like, okay, Leo, my friends, it's like the person you're dealing with is trying to stop a juggling action, a previous lifestyle. They've got a lot going on. They're trying to go through a process of elimination with certain people. These people can be anything from business contacts to friends to romantic connections, frivolous connections, light connections. They're kind of having an emotional clear out. Okay, so there is this kind of juggling act. I'm kind of getting they want to go forward with you. They intend to go forward with you with the object with an object in mind to get some focus in the near future. But at the moment, there's this kind of in and out energy with this person. Okay, they're trying to reduce their emotional stress. Okay, their feelings for you are this Seven of Cups. So they are singling you out emotionally, but they're very, very nervous on their approach to you. Okay, they want to spend some time with you. They're trying to be objective. They're trying to be neutral. They're trying not to be biased. Their imagination is running wild. They're trying to figure out, well, okay, I want to have a nice life with my Leo, but there's so much going on at the moment. They're, on a practical sense, they're wondering on how the hell they can actually achieve it. What they want, okay, is a fresh start. They kind of know there's going to be a kind of upheaval for them, an emotional upheaval, practical upheaval. There's going to be losses here incurred for this person and you. Okay, I'm talking to both of you now, and it's kind of like a fresh start with the Ten of Swords. It's listen to the intuition and don't be persuaded by other people's opinions. It's like listen, but don't necessarily let that sway the judgment. Okay, but this person knows that being with you is a complete upheaval for them. There's an ending here, so a new beginning can come in. With this Ten of Swords, there is whatever's gone off between you two, I'm picking some kind of painful thing going on here. They kind of want to put it right. They want to correct it. Not necessarily admission of guilt, but they want to correct the wedges, the emotional, the practical wedges between you. I mean, how are you feeling about this? Let's get your energy, Leo. How are you responding to this? Well, you're having to think about it. You want uniformity. You're hoping to come to some kind of balance with this person. So you're kind of mirroring each other in a lot of ways. All right. You certainly don't want a confrontation of any kind. And also, on the practical sense, are you want a reconciliation with this person. Thing is, for some of you, it's fire on fire, Leo Sagittarius, and you're so much alike, so there's a clash of personalities. But, don't worry if you're not dealing with a Sagittarius, because I can hear some of you screaming, no, I'm not dealing, I'm dealing with such and such a person. It's just an energy, okay? It's just an energy. But your intention, you want clarity, you want the truth, you want some kind of response off this person, verbal or take an action, so that you can make your mind up on what you're going to do, because you there's a little bit of fear here of the unknown. You're not really sure on what you're stepping into. Whatever your status, whatever their status, there's this decision process going on, but at the moment, a lack of communication. Whoa. I'm kind of getting that before you start to organise anything, you want to know a bit more. It's like you don't want to instigate anything on a deeper level until you're pretty sure on what which direction it is you're going. Stability here is a key factor for you. You're very capable of standing on your own 2 feet. You're very capable of running your own business. With finances, just touching on that, with the Four of Pentacles, I am getting a financial loss here, a sudden financial loss. Now, this could be due to the decision where there's travel, relocation, anything to do with the authorities. It's just there's a sudden outlay of finances. So I'm kind of getting there is some expenditure here. There's perhaps distance between you two. Could even be a different country. Okay, so but what I'm getting here is you're hanging on to the hope that you can sort things out with this person, but at the same time you're very, very cautious. You have got concerns for other people, family, friends, and maybe somebody you're living with. You could even be married. It's whatever your status is a concern for somebody else. All right. You do want a reunion, and at the moment you're both mirroring each other, because I'm kind of getting that you're both involved in long-term commitments, either with work or relationships. Okay, because this is the third party here. All right, so I'm getting you're kind of mirroring each other, and it's this kind of sacrificial energy. Ooh. It's what to give up, who to give up, and basically the big question mark with this on getting in relationships is there enough love? Is there enough, on a practical sense, to keep this thing going between you two? I'm getting this sense of this could go either way. Okay. Let's get a card for your finances, apart from this Four of Pentacles. I'm kind of getting there's some expenditure coming your way, and this could be incurring a bill, car breaking down or something, or buying car. It's there's a big purchase here with regards to something financial. As I say, it could be with travel, buying a new car, buying a house, selling a house. Could even be some kind of inheritance here. All right, being split between you and the family here I'm picking up. But for your finances, it's like get control of your finances. All right, I'm seeing success here in your career, and you may need finances to get this thing off the ground, investments, etc. But with your career, once you know what you want, it's like you've got to prompt yourself. There's certainly a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of motivation here. But the advice with the King of Wands is if you knuckle down and are willing to do the work, you can create a nice little career for yourself. Okay, you can get to the top, you can succeed. Yeah, with finances, you may have to talk to a bank or a loan company. I don't know, somebody here about finances, or even talk to a regulator, an independent person, okay, to sort the differences out, to give you some kind of advice. With the King of Wands, I always get this kind of mediator. So if you're in relationships, if you're going through a divorce or a bad patch with somebody, I don't know, this mediator, there's like this go-between. I'm picking a lot of Sagittarius energy around you. Whether you're actually dealing with a Sagittarius is not necessarily true, but either way, slow pacing it, slowing everything down, taking small steps is the key to success. But it does mean conformity, continuity, reliability, proving reliability. Whether you're asking this of a person or whether this person's asking it of you, but there's some kind of letting things glide. Well, proof of reliability here I'm getting. Bit of planning and going at a steady pace and not charging into it is the key to success with finances and career, actually. You may have to take jobs that you don't like doing, but it's kind of like use that as small stepping stones with a long-term goal. It's sometimes we need to do what's necessary to get us to where we want to be. It might not be something we like, but it's kind of like all about the bigger picture. That's it for today. Thanks very much.